Okay, let's read here together. In paragraph 2, you will write what? The storyline. What storyline means? The plot, events of the book or the film. What we mean by plot events.
Sir, should there be spoilers or not?
What?
Should there be spoilers or not? If I'm talking about a real movie.
If you are talking about a real movie. Abdurrahman, what you say?
I'm saying, should there be spoilers or like just like a very, very vague
No. I told you, Abdurrahman, I said this in the beginning. We said I don't care if the story is fake, invented, or right and correct, if it's real.
No, sir, I'm not talking about, I'm asking about the amount of detail that should be there.
Aha, no, look, I wrote the word major here.
Oh.
But I didn't complete. You interrupted. Okay, so here, in the plot events, you should write what? Only the major events. What I mean by the major events. Don't go deeply into details. Just 3 details described is very good. Like what happened in the beginning, what happened later in the middle, and what happened in the end. Okay, 3 details. How the book started, how the events developed later in the middle, and how the problem of the book is resolved, or how it is it ended. Okay, so let's read here this part. Tell the most necessary events. So only the most necessary events. It's not a story writing, it's a review. So you only pick the most important details that you think they are interested to the reader and relevant to the book or the film you are writing about. Like here, beginning, middle, and the end. So don't write a lot of details because it will take your time and it will affect the word limit. Rule number 2. In this paragraph, you must use the present tense. Don't say that I'm writing about a story, so I should write in which tense? In the past. Right? This is a story. I'm writing about events that happened. So logically, I can use what? The past tense, but no. Here in the reviews always written in the present form, present tense, as if you are narrating something now currently happened. What I mean by using the past, don't say the film or the book. The book described a man who suffered. Okay. This paragraph is wrong. Let's say the book describes, not described, a man who suffers, not suffered. Okay, so this one is correct and this one is incorrect. I hope you understand it. Rule number 3, and I always recommend and comment and focus on interesting vocabulary usage. Try always to be sophisticated, to be mature enough by using the ambitious vocabulary or strong, interesting, and technical vocabulary. Let's read this sample of paragraph that narrates the plot, events, or the story line. Let us read this paragraph.
The story begins with NASA discovers the gigantic asteroid is only 18 days from destroying Earth. NASA asks Harry to prevent the deadly asteroid from reaching the planet. Later, Harry and his crew are given intensive training by NASA astronauts before they travel to space that helps them in rescuing the inevitable destruction.
Thank you. What do you think of this paragraph? This is a very moderate, medium length of paragraph, okay? But did the student here apply the rules we explained? Like he told the most necessary events, beginning, middle, and end, using present tense and interesting vocabulary. What are your comments?
Well, sorry, there is one.
Yes.
I said there is one extra detail that he shouldn't have mentioned, that like it's not a major plot event, it's just a detail. That he stated that that the man and his crew are given extensive training by the astronauts before they travel to space.
Do you think that this is unnecessary?
Yes, I believe so.
Why? The train helped them. The training, Abdurrahman, here helped them to be successful. The extensive training helped the crew to be later successful, or also, let's say, help them the inevitable destruction. So the training is okay. But even if this detail is unnecessary as you believe, which is not actually, okay, he didn't exceed or he didn't overuse so much details that are uninteresting, boring, and so detailed, okay? He focused on some central points, okay, from the beginning till the end. And this is what I need you to do, nothing more. Okay?
All right, sir.
Okay, any other comments? The student already applied the rule successfully or no? Any other comments يا شباب؟ يا أيها الكسولون. أي عالية يا رب.
What was the second rule?
Here are they.
Well, I have no other comments, sir.
Let's see here what he mentioned, the student here. We agreed now that he applied number 1 by telling the necessary details. Regarding to the use of present tense.
Wait, sir.
Yes.
The vocabulary isn't very sophisticated.
Yes, but it's already technical. Okay. Let's see Abdurrahman point by point. Here he used is, begins, discovers, prevent, sorry, it's not, asks, and what else? Are, not where, are given, this is also present. Before they travel, not before they traveled, and that helps, not that helped. So he used all verbs in the present form. What about vocabulary? Man said, okay, he used here the word gigantic. Destroying and destruction, Ya Abdurrahman, are both technical vocabulary, topic-related vocabulary to the situation. He used also the word deadly, and he used the word prevent instead of stop, which is a better word. And also he used the word inevitable, and intensive. All of these words are better and strong words. Some students use these words when they write large instead of gigantic, stop instead of prevent, difficult instead of deadly. Let's say attack or destroy, destruction, spoil, inevitable, can't, keep. So the vocabulary used in the paragraph are better than the ones some students may use. Okay, this is paragraph 2. So let's agree again that paragraph 2 in any review writing is what? A descriptive and informative paragraph. What should you describe, or what information you should provide? The storyline, the main events. Don't forget to use the present simple. Okay, not to be confused, I need you now to write an introduction and the first body paragraph. Introduction plus the first body paragraph about any book you read or any film you watched. I told you before that it is not necessary to be real. I mean, you can invent a book, create your ideas about any book from your imagination. Any question before you start writing? Hi, Yara. The task is clear. Yara got it. Yara Muhammad, Wali, Abdurrahman, send a message.
Yes,
That's
sir.
Yeah. Okay, start writing. If you need any help, send a message in the chat box. You can stop writing now and continue writing after we finish. So you can send the whole review as one task. Okay, Shabab, let's back to the lesson. So after we finished the descriptive or informative paragraph that describes the most necessary details about the film or the book, now we should write our comments. This is the analysis paragraph. This is the commentary paragraph in which you write the positives and the negatives, or both. It's up to you. You can write about only positives of the book. You can write only the negatives if you find the book completely negative. Or if you can write both of them, that it has some positives and it has some negatives as well. Let's read some vocabulary that you can use to write about the positives and the negatives. But let's say first, on what I can comment, what aspects I can write about when I write the commentary paragraph. You can comment on the characters, like which character is the best, which character is the worst, which character was authentic, and which character seemed to be fake. You can write about the plot, the sequence of events, if it's too long, if it's eye-opening, eye-catching, thrilling, boring, monotonous, or it included a lot of twists, like plot twists, or it has unimpeded twist plot, or what. You can also comment on the scenes. Which scene is the best and which scene is the worst. In films also you can comment on graphics. Should you write about all of this? No, pick one or two aspects to comment on. 2 aspects is enough, by the way. Okay? So you don't need to write about all sides, about characters, plots, the best scene, graphics, lights, atmosphere. No, you don't need to do so. Only try to pick 2 to 3 elements to comment on and develop them, and that's enough. Okay, you can comment about the light. You can comment about the atmosphere. Let's see if you can comment on a book. You can comment on its length. You can comment about the best or the worst chapter. the best or the worst character. If the book is about a story, you can comment on its language and you can comment on its style. Okay, so these are the aspects that you can comment on. Let's read the positive review and the negative review here. This is a sample short paragraph about both. Read ya Yara Muhammad. The positive review.
Okay. Positive review. Right from the start, the plot is gripping and fast-paced. The cliffhangers at the end of various chapters leave the reader in suspense and wanting more.
Okay, look, when you give a comment, develop it by giving some detail about it. I mean, don't write the comments following each other as if they are in a list 1, 2, 3. No. But if you said, for example, it is eye-grabbing or gripping or fast-paced, give a sentence to explain what you mean by fast-paced or how can it fast-paced. If the point is explainable, okay? So you said here, the cliffhanger at the end of various chapters leave the reader in suspense. So he said here that there is some cliffhangers, and he mentioned how they are useful because they're leaving the reader under suspense and curiosity. Read ya Yara the negative review.
Okay. Unfortunately, the film was a complete letdown. The acting was poor and second-rate.
Yes, this point is not developed, it's not supported, not explained. He said the film was a complete letdown. Then he said the acting. So this comment is about the whole film. And then below, he became more specific by commenting on only the acting. The acting was poor and second rate. Give a comment about how the acting was a second rate. So this is what I mean by develop your points, support and explain them by giving examples, by giving reasons, by giving explanations. Let's read this example that needs to be developed. Let's read it together. Read ya Abdurrahman.